Hey guys, so before you watch this next video, please kindly subscribe if you have not subscribed to my channel and hit the like button. The, hit the like button, also the bell icon so you notify when I post another video. Thank you and enjoy the video.
Hey guys, for today's video, we'll be talking on digital inputs. So remember I said all the digital inputs and Arduino can work as either inputs or outputs. So we can set our Arduino to work as either input or output. So let's quickly write the code for that. So remember the code to set it pin as they set the mode of a pin. So you are going to use the same function now. Pin mode, let's use pin 2 this time. You can use any pin you like. Pin 2 and let's set the input. Now pin 2 is now input pin. Great. So let's create our loop function. Now to know you have to have it set up on the loop function always. Even you're not going to use this loop function, you just have to have it there. So we have our void loop now. So I'll be using the void loop. So I want to read the state of the pin because now it's just that we want to check what input is receiving. You know, digital input can only receive two inputs. Is it that high or low? The same thing the output. Is it high or low or one or zero on or off? Anyone want to call it. So void loop and now read the state of the pin digital read 3. Let's create a variable to hold this. Let's say int a is equals to 3 or equals to pin 2. Sorry, it's 2. It's pin 2 already. So how do we now see the state of the pin? You can use a share method to print out the state of the pin. So you have to begin a share method. Always won't work. So share dot begin. Let's use 9600 for now. You can now do share dot print line a. That's it. So with this now we can print out the state of our pin. So first let's add the button. So we take a push button. I'm still going to use the simulator version. I'm going to do it also. I'm also going to show you how this works in real life. Because simulators can work a bit different from real life, and it's important that we know how real life works. But simulators try their best to mimic real life. So these two buttons are the ones that work together. These two leads work together. These two leads work together. I mean that when I press this button, it connects these two leads together and these two leads together. Oh, sorry. So I said when I press the button, these two parts become connected together and these two parts become connected together. If I put 5 volts here and I press the button, 5 volts will come out of here. So let's try that. Let's put this, connect this part to 5 volts. So you go to the 5 volt pin of your Arduino. Come here and go to. So I will take this pin so to the pin. I use pin 2. So you go to 2. Good. So now, so our button is connected. So let's run our code. And it's printing 0 because nothing is flowing through it. But now in your real life code, we're going another machines we are going to be seeing zeros and ones, zeros and one, zeros and one because the pin currently does not have a particular state. It's not either on or off. So you just this point is called floating. It's floating from either 0 to 1, 0 to 1. That was I'm going to show real life version so you can see what actually happens. Simulators are not 100% perfect. So this is always going to be floating. You're going to be seeing zeros and ones, the state always be changing. And you're not going to be very stable. Let's press on. So let's see. When the simulator is now working. So when you press the button, nothing even happens when you press the button. Continue. So as I said before, let's run the code again. It's showing 0 now. So see just varying. I see it's just varying. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Because of that instability, see now when I press the button it's showing 1. Another time it might show 0. But this is not the best possible. This is happening because of we don't have a way to keep the pin at a particular state when it's not doing anything. But now I'm not pressing the button. What state is it at? Is it on or is it off? Is it high? Is it low? So how can we do that? So Arduino has an inbuilt functionality that helps us do that. Is called input pull up. Input underscore. Oh, sorry. We come here. Input. Let's stop our code from running. So input pull up. So what does input pull up do? Input pull up. From pull up, it pulls the pin high, pull the pin up, pull the pin state high. So when the pin is set at input pull up, that pin is by default be high. That means be reading 1, or to be high, or to be on by default. When we say the low signal, it's not then when I say the low signal, low input to the microcontroller, the state of the pin now changes to low. But by default will stay high when we set the pin to input pull up. So now let's try that. Now since by default is high, then connect our button here. As I connect our button to 5 volts, meaning when I press the button, these two parts become connected together. These two wires become connected together. That means I want to flow to pin. So that means the pin will be high. But since by default it's already high, you press the button like we're trying to make it high. There's no really difference. You can't do anything with that. What I can do now is to delete this wire and connect it to ground instead. So ground is the same thing as like 0 or low. So now let's run our code again. Now the pin is setting and the pin is showing 1, is reading 1. So I'm not pressing anything. The reading 1 because I'm not pressing anything. Now see what happens when I press the button. See it changes to 0 when I click. Wait. So when I remove my hand, it goes back to 1, which is normal state. What's the disadvantage of using simulators? So I'll do this part. So let's see it again. So sometimes the simulator might misbehave due to network issues and not behave properly. So as I said earlier, I'm still going to show you how to do this using like in real life. But simulators are not always reliable. So stop this now. So basically I've done our inputs now. So remember what I said about input pull up. It keeps the pin high when it's not doing anything. So
hey guys, before I go into like the real part of the inputs, if you don't have any experience with breadboard, I'm going to leave a link in the description. Maybe I'll put a tag at the top of the screen where you can click. You can watch a video how breadboard actually works, so you can learn, because you have to know how breadboard works for you to understand this other part. So watch the video. So let's go back to our video.
okay guys, so now I'm going to do a real life version of our inputs. So I'm using a tag switch. You can see over here, this is called a tag switch or a momentary button switch. Like it's only pressed for a moment. When you release your hand, it goes off. They are fixed switches that when you just press them, they stay in that state. When you press them again, they come out of that state. So you press them, they stay on. Press them again, they go off. But also when you press it, it's on. When you remove your hand, it goes off. So what it does is that when you press the button, it connects one part of the tag switch to the other part. And I want this part to the other part of the tag switch. So now let's plug this in. And we plug into our breadboard. like this. See this part, only plug it this way. So oh, okay. So guys, so I'm going to be recording on my phone now. So okay, cut out this part. Okay, so I've plugged it into the breadboard. I want you guys to see how I plugged it in. So whenever I press the button, this part, my hand is too big. There's something small. So this part here gets connected to the other part here. So this part gets connected here. Let's make sure our connections are stable. Trying to force it. The same thing happens on the other end too. This other part gets connected to the other end. Let me bring this closer to the camera. So that when I press the button, this part gets connected to this other part. Same thing happens here also. This part gets connected to the other part. So we're going to just connect one part to ground and the other part to pin 2 of our board. So 0, 1, 2. So connected to pin 2 on our board. It's connected to pin 2, the Arduino board. So it's closed. So now, even when I upload, I'm going to upload this code, I'm going to notice the behavior. Now remember what I said about pull up. Let's upload the code. You're going to see that it won't give us reliable values because of now when nothing is flowing to the pin, the pin will begin to float. Pin will begin to float. So I'm giving us the values giving you reliable. That might give you 1. That might give you 0. What's wrong with my ID? Let's go. Okay, it's back. Let's take this a bit. Okay. Let me take this a bit because away from this icons are obstructed. Okay. Now you can see you're varying 1 and 0, 1 and 0, varying. Oh, I have messages. So 1 and 0, varying 1 and 0, varying 1 and 0. Keep varying because I can't exactly tell when the button is pressed or not. So it only works when I press the button. Now when I press the button, it gives me 0, which is what I'm expecting whenever I press the button. When I pull out my hand, it starts varying between 1 and 0, 1 and keep floating. So for me to keep it from floating, I want to hang it at the high state using the pull up. Pull up will like pull it up high when nothing is happening to the button. When the button is not pressed. Now let's upload now. We've got a different behavior. I don't know why the ID is slow today. As yet, for just I don't know very fast. I don't know because of casting my phone screen to my laptop. I also using OBS to screen record. My laptop fan is spinning like crazy. I will get it to hot. Okay. Clip sketch is uploading. Yes, uploaded. As you can see now, I'm getting just to 1 consistently. When the button is not pressed, we get to 1 consistently. Now when I press the button, it shows 0. So now I can know when the button is pressed. You can use it to perform different actions, like what idea comes to my head, like a remote, a button on your remote, or the button on your ASCII car remote, something like this remote over here. You have momentary buttons inside that they only work when you press them. So when they're not pressed, obviously they might be floating, but in between now I might have pull-up resistors or pull-down resistors. So I'm going to drop a video link in the description below to help you really understand pull-up and pull-down resistors. So I hope with this video you guys are able to understand receiving input into the Arduino. Some sensors might come with this feature already inbuilt into them. So they will only give a particular value when they're high, and give a particular value when they are low. They don't just float when they're not sensing anything. Most sensors like that. They don't just float when they're not sensing anything. The motion sensor, like a motion sensor, when there's no motion, it gives a particular value. I think it's 0. It depends on the motion sensor you get. It gives you a particular value when it's off. But when it's in motion, it might give you a 1. So in case you fall into a scenario where you're using a button or using a sensor that does not have this feature that does pulls the pin high when it's not active, you can use the pull-up resistor in Arduino, the inbuilt pull-up resistor, or you can use an external pull-up resistor or pull-down resistor. As I said, I'll drop a link in the description to help you guys understand what pull-up and pull-down resistors are.
So hope you enjoyed the video. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly hit the subscribe button and like the video. And if you have any comments or any questions about the video, kindly post them in the comment section and I'll try my best to reply. Thank you guys once again, and I'll see you in my next video.